Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa Universalis, where we're at peace. Peace. Peace at last. Oh, that was insane. So, Ming just kind of sat there and then accepted us conceding defeat. Their armies were just here and they didn't do anything with them. Even though they had full naval superiority, they could have just swept in with their fleets and taken control, but they didn't. So that was a thing. I don't know what was going on with you, Ming. You're kind of weird. As far as Britain, France saved the day there. Thanks, buddies. They're a little screwed now. Austria decided to cut them down to size. That's honestly, at the time, it wasn't a good thing because it meant that England could get out of their war with France super easily. That said, now, it's kind of a really good thing. I'm okay with this. France getting cut down to size means they're less likely to attack us. Right now, the ones that we need to be worried about is Malacca over here. They're allied with Brunei and Bengal. Both of them are also way stronger than us. Now, we have a truce with Brunei for 7 more years. We have no truce with Malacca anymore. That is over. We have no truce with Bengal. So if Malacca declares on us, then we just need to hold here and hope they don't land. But we need to be working on quite a few things. First off, we went heavily into debt in that series of wars, and we need to do something about it. Now, we did get some money, and that will allow us to repay one of our loans. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to need to start this army drilling. And this army, we need to transport. Where is our transport fleet at currently? These guys here. They're on their way over to here. Okay. Let's go ahead and transport these guys onto Indonesia. There's a reason for that, and that reason is that if Brunei does join the war with Malacca in 7 years, I don't want to have to try to move around their boats. Okay, this here is a single light ship. Let's go ahead and detach these light ships here. We can't because they're on an automatic transport mission. Let's go ahead and detach them now. There we go. We'll move them over to here. All of these guys can come into port right here for right now. And now we'll transport this army over to Katai. Now, we are currently losing some money per month, 2.71 right now. And what are our options for paying this off? Well, we are currently rooting out a lot of corruption, and we probably don't need to be rooting out anywhere near this much right now. There we go. Now we're making money. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and convert, and now we're losing money. Fantastic. We can invest in a Diplotech, but I don't want to because that will increase our unbalanced research, and we really, really need to get our admin up. We are on admin focus. We don't have an admin advisor for financial reasons, but the question is, who right now is actually our biggest threat? Let's go into our diplomatic map modes, opinion, and let's take a quick look here. Japan is really upset with us. They might declare on us. They're Miltech 16. That's not a problem. We're Miltech 15. We can fight Japan. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about Malacca. Who else? Anybody else super angry? United States a little bit. They're Miltech 22. They want a couple of our provinces. Portugal is pretty upset with us. They're Miltech 19, which isn't as high as I thought they'd be. Well, I suppose they did get totally wrecked by Tunis. So, that's a thing. Ottomans, they're a little angry, but not super angry. I think right now Malacca is the big threat. And realistically, the question is, what can we do about it? Not a whole lot. I'm really, really concerned that Bengal might want to join this war. That said, they don't have any reason to. They're neutral towards us. They don't want any of our territory. They're a tiny bit upset about aggressive expansion, but not much at all. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and tick forward a bit and see how long this peace lasts. Maybe long enough to get an institution? That would sure be nice. Global trade is embraced. So manufactories is spreading reasonably quickly now. That's good. We can't get it yet. That's okay. We can't afford to get it yet. We need to be buying down our corruption, and we are. We've lost the CB against Great Britain. That's fantastic. I don't hate that in the slightest. So let's get our light ships all over here as soon as we can. And we have this army here. All of our colonists are currently available, and we're going to do something about that soon. But not just yet. We're going to use these 3 light ships to protect trade in the Malacca trade node, looks like. Although, that said, now that I think about it, I did say after the war, we were going to be looking at redoing our merchants. And I should do that. I absolutely should do that, because we have 2 free merchants right now, and I should set up merchants before we do anything fancy. Now, looking at this, we have these 2 coastal centers of trade here. That'll get us a big chunk of the Moluccas trade power, for sure. Local merchants are outcompeted over here. What is this within up here? This is within the Philippines trade node. Okay, that's good to know. So we have 77% control of the Australia trade node right now. We can use that control to have this guy transfer trade power out to the Moluccas. Excellent. We have very little control in Malacca, so we can't really push it any further. So that means that we should... We're currently collecting here. We should move our primary trade port to be somewhere else. The trade power here is 13.7, and the trade power here is 10.5. So we'll move our main trade port to be here. That'll cost us some dip power. That is perfectly fine. I'm very okay with this. So we're now automatically collecting here, which is fantastic. And now we're going to go ahead and recall this merchant. Do I need to ticket a day? I might need to ticket a day. There we go. We're going to transfer to the Moluccas from there. And then over here, we can't really do a whole lot. But all of this flows into Malacca, which is unfortunate. I would like to take power away from the Malacca trade node. So in the Canton trade node, we're going to transfer power to Malacca. Like this. Okay, we control 36% of this trade node. I'm going to... We already have a marketplace here. Okay, that's good to know. What about here? We don't have a marketplace here. I'm going to go ahead and build one. That'll give us a whole lot more trade power. And then let's give this a few days to tick forward so that our merchants can travel. Because I absolutely want to prevent as much going into the Malacca trade node as possible right now. Like, to the point where I would prefer that the trade from Hangzhou up here flows to Beijing instead of flowing to Malacca. But let's give this a couple more days. And we are currently losing a fair amount of money. Where is this money going? Mostly army maintenance. Fair enough. Okay, our merchants have traveled. So we are pushing trade this way and this way. Now, ideally, we would take over the Malacca trade node. But realistically, that's not going to happen for a while. Like, the Malacca trade node is a fantastic trade node to take. But we're not in a position to take that over just yet. We will be soon, but not just yet. So what are we going to do with our 5th merchant? Well, we can't push trade back across the Pacific, unfortunately. So we could attempt to just remove some trade from Malacca, potentially. This pushes down to Malacca. So we could just push this up to Beijing, but there's already nothing coming down to Malacca, so that's fine. I think we just don't have a proper use for this 5th merchant. I suppose we could just collect from trade in Malacca. It's not the best thing, but it's also not the worst. So let's do that. We'll set up our nodes again, and then we will go ahead and protect trade wherever we get the most profit, which will probably be Malacca. Let's see. Anything better than 1.98? Nope. Okay. Fantastic. Off we go. Okay. We're still moving ships around, and troops as well. Hello, what's going on here? Malacca is in a war. Yes! Against Ming! This is so good. This is so good for us right now. That's perfect. Get wrecked, Malacca. I hope Ming does a better job fighting them than they did fighting us. That would be nice. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. There's that ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and mothball our transports for right now. And we need to be putting some money into a few things. First, I'm going to cut army maintenance for right now. This is a purely temporary thing. Now, these guys are going to be drilling, so they're still going to cost full maintenance. These guys are not going to cost full maintenance, and that's going to save us quite a lot of money. And with this money, well, first, we can't ask the burghers for a contribution. That's unfortunate. Admin support is available. We can just seek their support, which I'm okay with doing, and then demand admin support. Fantastic. Okay, now we need money. But this is almost a full episode now at peace. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. So we are collecting a fair amount from trade. However, of course, our prestige does hurt our trade power. There is some of that going on. I would like to invest in more light ships. The question is that better or worse than paying off our loans right now? We're paying 11.83 in interest every single month. That's huge. We're making 3.95 right now, and that should be going up a little bit. 4.02, fair enough. Okay. I would like to reduce our inflation. There's so much I would like to do right now, but I'm just completely limited by finances. Very cash-strapped currently, but we're making investments. Oh, hello. I forgot that I made this fort. I'm going to destroy this fort. I would rather have a fort here, realistically speaking, but I don't want to pay for the fort in Flores. I completely forgot that I made that. And I probably shouldn't have. Merchants are worried about a lack of protection. I'm okay with losing 25 dip power right now. That's perfectly fine. However, it is time to put a cut in here. and we were at peace the whole episode. That's amazing. Subscribe for more, and next episode, we are going to see if we can do that again. See you all next time.